Stop. Don't scroll past this. Don't skip ahead. Don't even blink. Because what I'm about to break down isn't some recycled advice you've heard 1,000 times. This isn't pickup artist garbage. This isn't fake it till you make it nonsense. This is the raw, uncomfortable, soul-level truth that the most respected men in your life already know. And nobody ever sat you down to explain. Here's the question that changes everything. What if the reason she doesn't fully respect you isn't about what you say, but about what you silently show her every single day? What if the version of you she's responding to, the one she's pulling away from, testing, undervaluing, isn't the real you? What if it's just the version of you that never learned these 9 things? This video is going to hit different because we're not talking about tricks, we're talking about silent power, the kind that doesn't need a speech, the kind that walks into a room and changes the air. If you're genuinely ready for this, comment silent power right now. Let's go. I'm your host, and today we're breaking down the 9 silent actions that command deep, unshakable respect from any woman. Actions rooted in masculine psychology, emotional intelligence, and self-mastery. These aren't just relationship tips. These are life principles. Let's get into it. Here's the cold truth most men never face. If you don't decide what you're worth, she will. And she won't do it based on your potential, your history, or your intentions. She'll do it based on how you treat yourself in front of her. Every time you over-explain yourself, every time you twist your personality to make her comfortable, every time you betray your own gut feeling to avoid conflict, you're handing her the pen and telling her to write your value for you. And the painful part? She doesn't even want that job. Deep down, no woman wants to be the person who decides a man's worth. That's your responsibility, period. When a man genuinely knows his value, not arrogantly, not defensively, but quietly, everything shifts. He stops performing. He stops running auditions for people who aren't worth the show. He walks differently. He speaks less but means more. He doesn't flinch when someone tests him because he's already decided who he is. And here's what happens to her the moment she's around a man like that. She feels it before he says a word. His presence becomes something she's drawn to. Not because he's perfect, but because he's grounded. Own your worth, bro, not as a strategy, as a standard. You will be tested. That's not a maybe. That's a guarantee. She's going to raise her voice. She's going to throw emotional curveballs. She's going to push, not necessarily to hurt you, but to find out who you really are when the pressure is on. Because her nervous system needs to know, is this man safe? And here's where most men absolutely blow it. They take the bait, they match the energy, they get loud, defensive, or they shut down completely, thinking that silence is strength. But emotionally shutting down isn't strength. That's avoidance in a trench coat. Real strength? It's composed clarity. It's the ability to feel the heat of the moment and choose your response instead of reacting from your wounds. Think about this. If your mood spikes, the second she's in a bad mood, she's got the remote control to your emotions. And a man who can be controlled emotionally is not a man she feels safe following. But when you become the guy who doesn't get baited, who stays grounded when she's spiraling, who holds space without getting consumed by it, she feels something rare, something her nervous system hasn't encountered in a long time. Safety. And safety, my guy, is the deepest form of attraction there is. Practice this. Every triggered reaction you don't send. Every explosive moment you breathe through instead. Every time you respond with intention instead of impulse, that's you building the muscle. That's you becoming the man she can't let go of. A man with no purpose is a man who orbits other people's lives instead of building his own. And she can feel that. She can feel when a man's ambition stops and her attention begins. She can feel when you've made her the center of your universe. And it doesn't feel like love to her. It feels like pressure, like weight, like responsibility she didn't sign up for. Here's one of the deepest truths in masculine psychology that most men miss. A woman does not want to be your purpose. She wants to see a man who already has one and invite herself into that world. Direction is attractive. A man who knows where he's going and doesn't need your permission to get there, that's magnetic on a level that words can't manufacture. So ask yourself the uncomfortable question, not does she respect me, but what am I actually building? What legacy, what mission, what version of myself am I showing up as every single morning? If you don't have an answer, that's not a failure. That's a starting point. Start there, because your purpose won't fall into your lap. You have to walk toward it. even when it's scary, especially when it's scary. And the second you lock in, something shifts. Your energy gets heavier, your presence gets quieter but louder. Your direction becomes more compelling than any word you could ever say. She stops being your compass and starts wanting to follow yours. Stop me if this sounds familiar. You tell her how much you care. You explain your intentions. You lay out your vision. And somehow, she still doesn't fully believe you. That's not her fault. That's a pattern problem. See, words are cheap, not because you're lying, but because talk without track record means nothing. She doesn't fall for what you say. She falls for what you consistently show. Your pattern is your character. Your character is your attraction. Look at your daily habits, your mornings, your health, your finances, your friendships. Do they reflect the man you claim to be, or do they tell a completely different story? Because she sees it, her nervous system registers it. And when what you do doesn't line up with what you say, her body knows before her brain does. Flip the script. Let your discipline speak. Let your structured morning speak. Let your goals, your habits, your boundaries, those do the convincing. A man whose life has structure doesn't need to explain himself. His presence is the pitch. This is the language strong women respond to most. Not charm, not clever conversation, but the raw evidence of a man who actually lives what he believes. Show her, don't tell her. Yo, real quick, if this is already hitting different, do me a solid and smash that subscribe button. I drop content like this every week. Raw, no fluff psychology on self-mastery, masculinity, and real attraction. Join the Brotherhood right now. Now back to it, because it's about to get even deeper. Before you say a single word, your appearance already made a statement. The question is, what's it saying? Most men dress by default. Whatever's clean, whatever's comfortable, whatever takes the least thought. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, unless you're trying to level up. Because how you dress isn't just about looking good. It's a psychological signal to her, to the room, and most importantly, to yourself. You don't need designer labels. You don't need to spend a bag. You need intention, clothes that fit, grooming that's on point, a scent that walks in before you do, shoes that aren't destroyed. Basics, but deliberate basics. Here's the psychology. When you dress with intention, your mind shifts. Your posture changes. You walk with more conviction. You make eye contact differently. You carry yourself like a man with somewhere to be. Because you are that man. And she notices, she might not say it, but she feels it. A man whose appearance reflects discipline tells her something crucial. He takes himself seriously. And a man who takes himself seriously is a man worth taking seriously. Audit your wardrobe. Audit your grooming. Ask the hard question. Does this reflect who I'm becoming or who I used to be? Dress like the man you're building every single day. Let me be blunt with you. If your emotions run your responses, you are not the leader of your relationship. You're the passenger. Most men were never taught how to process what they feel. They were told to man up, shut it down, stay quiet, which basically means shove it somewhere deep until it explodes. And then it does, at the worst possible moment, in the worst possible way. Here's the brutal truth. A man who loses emotional control doesn't just lose an argument. He loses her trust, her attraction, her sense of safety. Because to her, an emotionally dysregulated man is not a man she can rest around. He's a liability. But here's what emotional mastery actually looks like. And it's not what most people think. It's not coldness, it's not numbness, it's not shutting down. It's feeling the full weight of an emotion and still choosing your response. It's the space between the trigger and the reaction, that gap. That's where real masculine power lives. Build that gap. Breathe through discomfort instead of exploding into it. Learn what sets you off and why. Face your emotional triggers in private so they can't ambush you in public. When she sees a man who can feel everything without being destroyed by any of it, who can hold tension without flinching, she doesn't just respect him. She trusts him deeply, and that kind of trust, that's the foundation that everything else is built on. Your energy is not unlimited. And the moment you start treating it like it is, giving it to anyone who asks, bending for everyone who pressures, staying in dynamics that drain you dry, you'll wake up one day wondering where you went. Most men don't even realize they're running on empty. They call it being there for people. They call it caring. But let's keep it real. If every conversation leaves you exhausted, If every interaction feels like emotional labor, if you're always managing someone else's chaos at the cost of your own clarity, that's not love. That's depletion. And she feels it. She feels when you've stretched yourself thin. She feels when you're available out of guilt instead of genuine presence. She feels when you've lowered your standards to keep the peace. And ironically, the more accessible and drained you become, the less she values the access. So protect what's yours, your time, your focus, your mental space, your peace, not with hostility, but with standards. Build a filter for your relationships, your inputs, your daily habits. Distance yourself from drama, not with anger, but with redirection. A man who protects his energy becomes focused, magnetic, intentional. And when you show up with that kind of grounded energy, not scattered, not depleted, but locked in, she doesn't just feel the difference. She responds to it. A boundary you don't enforce is just a suggestion, and suggestions don't command respect. Here's how it usually goes. A man says he has standards. He means it, in theory. But the moment she pushes back, he softens. He explains. He justifies. He negotiates. And what she hears isn't, "I'm being flexible." What her nervous system hears is, "His line moves when I push it." And just like that, the respect erodes, not dramatically, not overnight, just slowly, quietly, until she's not even sure why she doesn't see him the same way anymore. Here's the psychological truth. Women don't test your boundaries to break you. They test to find out if you're real, to see if the strength you claim is actually there under pressure. And most men fail that test, not because they're weak, but because they confuse self-abandonment with compromise. Set the standard, enforce it calmly, without anger, without apology. If she walks away for it, let her walk. Because anything that leaves you for standing on your values was never safe to build with anyway. Your boundaries don't push the right people away. They filter the wrong ones out. And what remains, what's left after the filter, is something real, something worth building. This last one is the hardest. And it's the one that separates the men who level up from the ones who stay stuck. There will come a moment, maybe it's already happened, where standing on your values means standing alone, where choosing yourself means losing someone you wanted to keep, where the right decision costs you comfort, connection, or validation. And most men will fold, not because they're cowards, but because they fear loneliness more than they value self-respect. So they shrink, they soften, they chip away at who they are, piece by piece, just to keep someone nearby. And every time they do, they drift a little further from the man they were supposed to become. Here's what those men never figure out. All that bending never brought her closer. It pushed her away. Because a woman cannot respect a man who betrays himself to keep her. She might stay, but she won't respect. And a relationship without respect is just two people tolerating each other. The man who can stand alone, who can choose solitude over self-betrayal, peace over approval, that man becomes something rare. Not because he's cold or detached, but because he's free. Free from the fear of loss, free from performing for affection, free to build, to grow, to rise. And the right woman, the one worth building with, she doesn't run from that man. She's drawn to him. Because his strength isn't performative, it's real. And real strength is the rarest thing on the market. Master solitude. And you'll never beg for anyone's presence again. Most men live their whole lives never hearing any of this. Not because it's hidden, but because nobody cared enough to say it straight. You just heard all 9. Now the question is what you do with it. If this video changed the way you see yourself, or the way you understand the men around you, drop a comment right now. Tell me which one of the 9 hit hardest. I read every single one. And if you're serious about becoming the kind of man this video describes, subscribe right now. Turn on notifications, because every week I'm dropping content that goes deeper, hits harder, and builds you up from the inside out. Like this video. Share it with a man who needs to hear this. And I'll see you in the next one, because the work isn't done, it's just beginning.